You're not gonna believe what's brewing in the world of Major League Baseball right now, because if the latest buzz turns out to be true, the Los Angeles Dodgers might be pulling off another shocker that could shake up the entire league. Reports and whispers across the baseball world suggest that the Dodgers are seriously considering re-signing a former star who's currently with the New York Yankees, a player earning $25 million, and someone who could give this already loaded Dodgers roster the perfect boost they've been looking for. Yes, we're talking about the possibility of the Dodgers bringing back one of the most talented and impactful players from recent seasons, a player who knows how to perform under pressure, handle big market expectations, and fit perfectly into LA's championship caliber system. Now, the Dodgers have already been the talk of the baseball world this season. Between Shohei Ohtani's record-breaking presence, Mookie Betts' leadership, and Freddie Freeman's consistent excellence, this team already looks stacked on paper. But here's the thing: when it comes to building a championship team, especially one that aims to win not just this year but for years to come, there's always room for a strategic addition. And this time, that addition might just come in the form of a reunion with a star who's proven himself in New York but might be better suited for a return to Los Angeles. The rumors started quietly, just a few scouts mentioning that the Dodgers had been checking in on the Yankees' situation as the off-season approaches. Then, a few insiders began to hint that the front office in LA was keeping tabs on certain veteran players who could be available if the Yankees decide to retool or trim some payroll. Among those names, one stood out like a beacon: a versatile, experienced, power-hitting player who once donned Dodger blue and who could instantly strengthen LA's depth, flexibility, and postseason reliability. Think about it: the Dodgers have always had a knack for finding value in players who might be overlooked elsewhere. Remember when they brought back guys like Kike Hernandez or brought in veterans like Jason Hayward and watched them flourish again? The team's front office, led by Andrew Friedman, is constantly thinking 3 steps ahead. They don't just look at statistics, they look at chemistry, experience, and the ability to deliver in October. And that's exactly what this potential move could be about. The player in question, a $25 million man on the Yankees roster, has had a career filled with ups and downs, but his talent is undeniable. He's been an all-star, a Gold Glove caliber defender, and someone who's proven he can hit in clutch moments. The Yankees brought him in with high expectations, but New York's season hasn't gone as planned, and with roster changes likely coming, he could be one of the first names discussed in trade or free agency talks. For the Dodgers, this could be a low-risk, high-reward opportunity to add another major weapon. Let's be real, when it comes to roster construction, no team does it better than the Dodgers. They already have one of the deepest lineups in baseball. But if you watched closely this past season, you know that depth has been tested. Injuries, inconsistency, and the grind of a long season always test the Dodgers bench. Adding a player who can play multiple positions, hit for both power and average, and provide leadership would be a massive win heading into 2026. And that's what makes this rumor so interesting. This isn't about just adding another name, this is about adding someone who understands what it means to play for a championship caliber franchise. Someone who's played in big games, dealt with the pressure of both coasts, and can fit seamlessly into Dave Roberts' clubhouse. Imagine this scenario: it's late August, the Dodgers are battling for playoff positioning, and they suddenly announce they've signed or traded for a big-name veteran from the Yankees. The fanbase would explode with excitement, analysts would scramble to analyze the impact, and suddenly, LA's World Series odds would spike again. The Dodgers are never content. That's the thing about this franchise, they're always in win-now mode. When they see an opportunity to add someone who can help, they don't hesitate. That's how they got Mookie Betts. That's how they landed Freddie Freeman. That's how they stunned the world by signing Shohei Ohtani to that massive $700 million deal. And that's how they might soon pull off another shocking reunion that nobody saw coming. If you've followed Andrew Friedman's track record, you know he loves versatility. He wants players who can contribute in different ways, both offensively and defensively. The Yankees' $25 million star fits that mold perfectly. Whether it's someone like Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres, or even a pitcher like Carlos Rod, and each name comes with intrigue, experience, and talent that could change LA's dynamic immediately. And while this might sound far-fetched, the Dodgers have the financial flexibility and farm system depth to make something like this happen. They shed payroll in certain areas, and with some contracts coming off the books, they could easily afford to bring in a big name if they believe it improves their championship chances. The front office's strategy has always been about balancing short-term goals with long-term sustainability. They don't just sign stars for the sake of headlines, they bring in players who fit the system. And for a team that has battled through injuries, especially to key hitters, adding another proven bat could be the missing piece that takes them over the top. There's also the narrative side of this. LA loves a good comeback story. Dodgers fans have seen it time and time again. A player who struggles elsewhere comes to LA and finds himself again. It's part of the culture here. The coaching staff, the environment, the camaraderie, it all plays a role. And that's what makes this potential move even more appealing. Now, if you look at the Yankees' current situation, it's clear they're going to have to make some tough decisions. Their offense has been inconsistent, and their high payroll is becoming a concern. If they want to retool and bring in younger, more dynamic players, moving a veteran contract makes sense. And if that player has a history with the Dodgers or fits what LA is looking for, it becomes the perfect storm for a deal. One source close to the league even hinted that the Dodgers have quietly been exploring options to add a right-handed power bat who can also serve as a designated hitter or corner outfielder. That lines up perfectly with what we're hearing about this $25 million Yankees star. A player who could rotate between DH, outfield, and even first base gives LA incredible flexibility, especially with the way Dave Roberts likes to mix and match his lineups. Imagine opening day next season at Dodger Stadium, the crowd roaring, the energy electric, and the announcement that a former Yankee star is making his return in Dodger blue. It would be a full circle moment. A statement that LA isn't just chasing wins, they're building a legacy. And honestly, that's what separates the Dodgers from the rest of the league. They're not afraid of big moves. They're not afraid of pressure. They embrace it. Because they know that in Los Angeles, success isn't just expected, it's demanded. And this potential reunion could be the next step in their quest to dominate for years to come. So, Dodger fans, buckle up because this offseason could get wild. Whether it's through a trade, a free agent signing, or a surprise move nobody sees coming, you can bet that Andrew Friedman and company are cooking up something big. They always are. And if that something big involves bringing back a $25 million Yankees star to bolster the roster and make this lineup even more dangerous, well, then the rest of the league better start preparing now. Because once again, the Los Angeles Dodgers might be gearing up to remind everyone why they're the standard of modern baseball. This is the kind of move that would send a clear message. The Dodgers are not just content with being great, they want to be legendary. They want to build a dynasty. They want to give the city of Los Angeles another parade. So what do you think, Dodgers fans? Should LA go all in and bring this star back from the Yankees? Would it make them unstoppable? Drop your thoughts down below and let's get the conversation going. And if you love breaking MLB updates, rumors, and everything Dodgers, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. Because trust me, when it comes to blockbuster moves like this, you're gonna want to hear it here first. Until next time, keep that Dodger blue pride strong, because something tells me the next big headline might be just around the corner.